Okay, so a lot of you may have been wondering, what is that game that's been showing up in the back of a lot of my videos recently? You know, the one with the little cutesy anime cartoon characters, right? Well, that game is called Fate Grand Order, and it's a game I've been playing since I'm on the go a lot now that my friend introduced me to, saying that, hey man, you should really try this game out because I know that you like the anime, and I heard that the game's like really good. So I give it a try, and I'm quite enjoying it. But what I didn't realize is just how freaking popular this game is. No, I'm not saying that this game is like kind of popular to some people on a certain day, and make a little bit of money, maybe at the top 50 of the iTunes store. Well, because I'm a little curious fella, I decided to look up and see just how popular this game is. And this game is actually quite popular, especially in terms of how much money it's making at the moment. Alright, so take a look at this, right? This is how much money it was making in September 7th to October the 6th of last year. So between the month of September and October, this game was making $1.3 million a day. And it was ranked number 10 on the top grossing games, right? And keep in mind that this was last year, I think like 4 months after the game had launched. So we fast forward to today, and now the game is making $2.8 million a day, and it's ranked number 4. This is absurd. Now, I'm not going to be a hypocrite here and say that I haven't put money into the game, right? Because I have. But I have heard the stories about people putting like $10,000, $20,000 into their mobile games. So I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't want to be that guy. So like everything else in life, I should go into this game with a plan, right? Because this game technically doesn't have an end unless you're following the story, but there's always something you can do. So, after doing a little bit of research, I found out that the game doesn't really have too many support characters. Maybe like 10, well, and really just 3 or 4 really good support characters. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to go after those support characters, and I'm just going to try to max out their skills, and that'll be my goal in this game. So, me being the noob that I am, I hopped my butt over to Twitch and hopped into like a person's chat, and I began to ask questions like, hey guys, I see that Waver and Tamamo are the 2 premier support servers in the game right now, so if I were to spend some money on their rate ups, how much do you think I'd have to spend before they finally came to me? Now there were a bunch of opinions on how much I'd have to spend. Someone said if the Lord Kyrie blessed me, I would get them early. But on average, maybe you blow like $200 just to get each particular character unless you got lucky. So I said to myself, well, I don't want to do that. So what can I do? And suddenly I remembered that one of the streamers earlier, I think it was Shotgun Shogun, had mentioned that he used to sell fake Grand Order accounts on the eBay for cheap prices. So I thought to myself, let me go see just what's happening on that eBay, and maybe I'll get lucky if I can. So after about a few minutes of searching, I happened to find what I was looking for, which was an account that had Waver and Tamamo all for $65. So I said to myself, if I get this, that's a savings of $350 potentially. And I went to school for accounting. I think that'd be a smart business move for myself. And plus save me all kinds of aggravation. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a super duper cheapskate. It's not like I'm trying to buy a house with Canadian rupees or anything. I mean, and I do put money into the game, because I do believe that if you enjoy something, it's good to support it. I put $80 a month into the game, which I more than think is fair because that's the average price of a AAA game and like some DLC content. And if I buy one game a month, for $60 and some DLC, I think it typically adds up to be like $80 a month for my enjoyment. Plus, how else am I going to get the rest of those dang support characters? Every time I ask somebody who is the best support in the game, everybody's always saying, ooh, I hope you're saving for Merlin. I hope you're saving for Merlin. Well, I got like 400 quartz at this point, and I don't think I'm going to be spending them since there's no more supports left. So, I think I'll have enough for them. And on the topic of cell phone games making money, how is Candy Crush still at the top? Wow, man, that game has been at number 1 for a long time. Still making millions of dollars a day. People really love that game. Anyway, yeah, that has been my Fate Grand Order experience. I'm really enjoying the game, and the fact that I'm a fan of the anime series really helps out a bit, and the game has a story to it, and I'm really enjoying it. All in all, I got no real bad things to say. But as for the future prediction, do I believe that Fate Grand Order is going to teeter off eventually? It might drop a few numbers, But you gotta understand, this thing is quite popular in Japan. It may teeter off in the Americas a bit, but this thing has like 5 or 6 animes. They got a movie coming out, well, the second part of a movie called Heaven's Feel. This thing is unstoppable, and they had like an anime last season, and now they got last encore. They are pumping out content like no tomorrow. So if it is going to teeter off, I can't imagine what's going to replace that. Anyway, thank you all for listening to me ramble on about a cell phone game and an anime that I quite enjoy. It was fun to talk about it for a bit. I'll go on and talk about dumb stuff in the gaming industry now. I just wanted to talk about this. So I'll see you all in my next video.